I don't think I've said this before, but as you were saying that, what I realized is that suffering is completely optional.
Mm-hmm.
Pain maybe not, but the suffering is completely optional. And I still suffer. Still suffer often. It seems to be getting shorter and shorter, the periods where I suffer. And I think the only thing that can have us suffer is what we're believing. And most people, I grew up thinking that everything was external and my life would be good if I had great circumstances. If I had money and a wife and, you know, good health and whatever, then I'd be really happy. Well, it doesn't seem to work that way. You have people with nothing who are happy and people with everything who kill themselves.
Right.
So I finally realized it's really about what we're believing. And what I got while you were speaking was it's like we are in the matrix from the
Uh-huh.
movie The Matrix. It's like we are in a matrix of our own creation, which is our thoughts and what we're thinking. Here's a tiny example. Last night, I got a bit annoyed with my men's group because there's only four of us in the group, and one by one, all three of them bailed on the meeting that we had. And I was there, ready, shown up, and then the last guy just said, "Oh, well, let's cancel." And so I got annoyed. And then as I investigated, I was like, what am I doing? Like, what am I holding on to? What do I care? Now that we're not doing that, I can go and play chess with my buddy. And I don't care if they rescheduled. I don't care. But there was part of my ego that was just trying to hold on and like, I need to fight for
Mm.
something. I need to be respected. I need all this. So we are in our own matrix. And that's great while ever things are good, right? While ever we're
Right.
enjoying it, that's fine.
Mhm.
But if we're ever suffering, we can do some hacking of the matrix. We can do some hacking of our own thinking, and it's hard to do yourself. And so that's one of the things I get to do for my clients because I'm outside of them. They can't read the label from inside the jar, but I'm
Mhm.
outside. I can see how they got there to the suffering. And so I can often help them find a way out.
Yeah, I so agree. And one of the metaphors that I share with my clients is because, like, what's the difference between talking to a coach and, say, talking to a friend? For, right. So, what I say is that typically when you're talking to a friend, you're expecting the friend to jump in the pool with you, like you're there, like gasping for air, trying to stay afloat. And
Right.
when you tell a friend about it, they're going to jump in there with you. What a coach does is stays outside the pool on the sidelines and gets you to the edge or the ladder or whatever so you can climb out of the pool.
Yeah, that's very true. It either gets you to the edge or helps you find a way to get yourself out of that pool. That's
Right.
absolutely true. I mean, yeah, and not to say that it's dispassionate. Like I
No.
think you're absolutely right. There's empathy and like, oh, that must be really rough.
Hmm.
And now, once we've really acknowledged that and we've acknowledged the feelings and named them, then are you ready to start moving towards the edge of the pool? Let's do it. But you're right. I'm not going to buy into. Generally, my job is not to buy into the sad story
Right.
and be like, oh, I can't believe she did that to you and whatever. I mean, maybe I do have some outrage and maybe that'll come too, but I'm not going to wallow in that. I'm always looking for what is going to be best for you. And sometimes what's best is to take responsibility for something.
Hmm.
And your friends may not say to you, well, what can you be responsible for here? Is there anything you did that might have led to this that you can, because then you've got some more power. So yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That is a difference with coaching. Good analogy.